Hey you guys, today we'll be talking about the Lingering Will. Now I've been trying to get decent footage for this video, but it turned out to be a lot harder than I thought. KeytoTruth, seeing me in obvious pain, graciously gave me some tools to rip the animations from the game. So I'll be flipping back between raw animations and gameplay during this breakdown. This is not going to be a guide or anything like that, so if you're looking for openings or a good strategy, this is not the video for you. Anyways, the first attack we will look at is this air dash attack. The Lingering Will jump into the air and thrust forward with his Keyblade. As he turns around, he holds his Keyblade out beside him, slashing at you as he dashes back the other way. The last dash has the armor doing an uppercut to finish off the attack. After the initial attack, the Lingering Will can loop this, so be on the lookout for that. Interestingly enough, this is the only attack where the Lingering Will does not form change his Keyblade. Every single attack after this shows a different kind of form change for each attack. The Keyblade whip attack is pretty simple, with the Lingering Will jumping into the air and form changing his Keyblade into a whip. He slashes all around, creating a kind of bubble around himself that will damage you if you get too close. At the end, the armor will spin higher into the air with his whip spiraling around him before falling back down to the ground. You can actually see data blocks around the edge of the whip during this attack. There are two variations for this whip attack. One will have the armor not moving forward, while the other will have the armor slowly moving towards you during the attack. The cannon form changes next, and shows the Lingering Will throwing his Keyblade out around himself before he expands above him. He then catches it as the teeth of the Keyblade start acting like pistons in an engine, charging up energy as the handle of the Keyblade starts to spin. After the energy ball is shot out, the Keyblade shrinks back down and spins back to the armor's hand. The effects around this one are really cool. The burst of air and rays of light during the form change is a nice touch, as are the data cubes that expand as energy is charged up. The actual orb seems to be a ball of light, though this thin ring reminds me of Erika's attack from Birth by Sleep. It's possible this could be a thin line of darkness in the light, or just a cool effect. Next up, we have the arrow form change attack. The Keyblade bends into a circle and spins a bit before popping out into a bow. He will shoot at you a number of times before his Keyblade morphs back into its normal form. If he catches you with one of his arrows, he will form change his Keyblade into some kind of pole that has the teeth of the Keyblade spinning. It seems like air and rays of light is a common effect during form changing. A flash of light as well as data cubes appear when the Lingering Will teleports, and the arrow just shoots forward as soon as he appears. When you are caught, electricity shoots out towards you, and these data cubes circle around the Keyblade. This will lock your commands with only one command having the escape command. The rest will damage you. During this, data cubes will circle around you. When he is low on health, he will shoot out more arrows, and the wiki actually says he uses gravity to draw you in. Me and Damo have been trying to get footage of this. Neither of us could trigger it. I assume it obviously does happen because someone wrote it down, but I haven't been able to get footage of it. The next attack is a punching attack. This shows the Keyblade forming around the Lingering Will's hand and expanding as he punches forward. The handle of the Keyblade spins around the front before the teeth of the Keyblade reform beside the armor before the handle opens up and attaches back to the Keyblade. This is probably one of the smoother animations, and I just love how the Keyblade reforms. You usually can't see the form change because these data cogs appear during the attack and make it hard to see anything but pain. This next capture attack kinda broke the animation viewer, so I'll quickly explain it here and then mainly use the gameplay to showcase this. The Lingering Will throw his Keyblade into the ground, twisting it as it sinks in. The cubes shoot up out of the ground with mysterious text lining the inside. Depending on the color, this will lock either your attacks or magic. Red will lock your attack command, and blue will lock your magic and items. Getting hit by this will show a magic circle spawning around you that has text in the center with 4 points on the outside. This seems to be the same one around the cubes, as well as the middle one, though the middle one has an extra layer of text and these dual blades. These actually look really similar to one of the Blades of Light. I don't know if that's intentional, but I thought it was a nice little touch. 3 cubes will appear around you with the same magic circle we saw earlier. These will then disappear, and both magic circles will appear over Sora's head with a flame in the center. Over the Lingering Will's head are 2 diamonds with this triangle pattern on them. Dealing damage will give you MP orbs when you're using magic, and HP orbs when you're attacking. The Keyblade Glider attack shows the Lingering Will throwing his Keyblade out as the teeth of the Keyblade make up the back and the handle makes up the cockpit. He'll then dash at you multiple times before jumping off. There are 3 variations to this. One is a simple dash, another has him shooting casts of blizzard at you, and the third has him using gravity to pull you in. The last 2 only trigger when he is low on health. Thank you to Damo for actually getting me footage of this blizzard cast. I have not been able to get either blizzard or gravity to trigger for me. Again, it's such a low chance of happening, and I really wish I could have gotten that for you guys. Anyways, let's look at the ultimate attack. This is another one that broke the animation viewer, so we'll walk through the basic animations and then talk about the effects. The Lingering Will opens by doing a long combo with his Keyblade, ending with a spinning slash and a flipping one. He then breaks his Keyblade apart using both his blades and spinning them around, with one going horizontally and one going vertically. Both then spin horizontally around the armor before he reconnects them using the handle as a secondary blade around the teeth of the Keyblade. He dashes around you multiple times, ending with a downwards attack, before doing a couple more attacks and ending with a spinning slash attack. Now let's look at the effects of this attack, since they are fantastic. During the opening of the ultimate attack, a magic circle will appear below him, and 4 points of light will shoot out as data blocks spin around him. He slams his Keyblade into the ground to dissipate the magic circle, and red lines appear around his armor. During the opening of his attack, beams of light will shoot out from every strike, and the last strike will shoot forward a shockwave. Data cogs appear around him during the part where he unlinks his Keyblade, and during the second half, electricity will spark on the insides of the cogs. During the last part of the attack, the dashing strikes have a similar effect to Sonic Blade. The last effect are these multiple spinning rays on the end of the attack, which look really clean. One more attack are these data bits that fly around you and shoot at you. The last thing I want to point out is the unique command menu. You don't actually get an animation for it appearing, as it just pops in as the battle starts. I know it's obviously based off the Lingering Will, and these wing bars may be associated with either the breastplate or his Keyblade. And that is all I have for you guys today. I hope this was kind of interesting and informative. I know it was a little rushed, the attacks were so fast, and there's already been so much content made on this guy. So I really just wanted to focus on the animations and really just anything interesting that I saw. One thing I really liked and was amazed at was just how fluid these form changes were. I was expecting them just to be a mess and not really look like the Keyblade was form changing, so it was nice to see that they were really smooth. Anyways, thank you to my patrons who support me. Their names will be on screen right now. If you want to see my breakdowns early or schedule the breakdowns I want to do for each month, head over to my Patreon. If you enjoyed this video, click the card on screen to see my breakdown of Yozora. Subscribe or share this, and I'll see you in the next video.